Hi, I'm Audrey Benway, and I am a senior sociology major at Point Loma Nazarene University, and this is my senior seminar portfolio presentation. So I have really enjoyed this class, and one of the themes is our personal vocation and the philosophy of our calling. And honestly, this was a topic that I didn't give a lot of complex thought to, as it was kind of a topic that kind of overwhelmed me at the beginning, but I am very glad that we have discussed this a lot in this class. And if I had to summarize where I'm at right now in my vocation, I would say that I believe I've been created by God to serve and love others, bringing Him glory in all that I do. This is done through all aspects of my life, including my future career, family, and my role in the church. I also use my name as a reference for who I want to be and what I want to embody, as Audrey means noble strength and Paige, my middle name, means servant. This is very important for me to embody as I pursue a helping career, and to remember that I am a servant for the Lord who gives me His strength in all that I do. I also have grown a lot in my critical sociological analysis, and so one way that I've grown is in my understanding of theory and sociological theory, as I have taken a lot of sociology classes that have touched on different theorists and concepts. One of those classes was social theory, which in this class I gained a broader understanding of different theorists such as Simmel, Foucault, Parsons, and Marcuse. For this class, I did a project actually with Kari, and we had to apply all these different theorists to a topic of interest, and we chose digital or social media consumerism, such as Instagram, and we were able to describe how these different theorists would understand social media consumerism, and this not only allowed me to go more in depth on my understanding of social theory, but also be able to apply it to real world situations and how our society functions today. I've also taken a lot of research classes, and these have really grown my understanding of research and different aspects of research, such as methods in design and data collection. And I was able to do my own research project. The topic that I chose for my research project was the impact of frequency of exposure to the unhoused population on empathy levels among undergraduate students at Point Loma Nazarene University. And the design for this study was a quantitative cross-sectional study, and this gave me the ability to gain insight into the students' experiences with the unhoused population. I also did data collection through purposive sampling using surveys that I created, and this allowed me to collect substantive data. And then I also did a data analysis, which included both descriptive and inferential statistics, which taught me how to understand my numerical data and turn it into real results and associations, which is seen through a chi-square test that I created, as well as several different charts that I also created to reflect my data. I also gained an interest in the unhoused population throughout my sociology classes that I've taken. I have studied this in both my sociology of family class as well as my research classes. In my sociology of the family class, I looked more at family homelessness and the different societal and economic factors that impact it, which was also supported by my volunteering that I did at the San Diego Rescue Mission, where I got real life experience and exposure to the unhoused population and how the community was coming together to assist them. I also did my advanced research on Point Loma's homeless ministries participants, which allowed me to gain more insight into how Point Loma students were interacting with the unhoused population. This revealed to me that the younger generation is being exposed to the truth of the state of homelessness in San Diego, which is the first step to being a vehicle of social justice. When it comes to my internship, I am planning on doing my internship this next semester, and I'm very excited to be doing my internship at Muirlands Middle School. For this internship, I will be working alongside the school counselors who do one-on-one interactions with the students. I will also be working in classrooms, which will allow me to build rapport with the students and the teachers and really understand where I'm needed on campus. I also have a disability certificate, which I have taken a disability introduction course, and next semester I will be taking a special education course, which I really hope to connect my passions and what I am learning in those classes to be an advocate for the students there and implement what I'm passionate about on this campus. So ultimately, I hope to learn how I can collaborate with the school to promote equity and inclusion for this community, as well as grow in my own understanding of what it looks like to work in a school setting, as that's something I want to pursue in the future. When it comes to my professional development, I have made substantial progress with regards to my media profile, networking skills, and transferable skills. Before taking this course, I honestly did not put a lot of effort into my LinkedIn profile, but now I have a pretty detailed About Me section, which highlights who I am and gives potential employers a glimpse into what I've done and where I want to go with my career. I also have information in my volunteer section, for example, which gives more information on what I'm passionate about and what I'm doing with my free time that also works towards my future career. When it comes to career coaching, the Point Loma Career Services team has really been a great help for me, especially in our senior seminar class. They have strengthened my LinkedIn profile. They've helped give interview tips such as the STAR method, which has been really helpful, especially the interview that I had right after we learned that. It really gave me insight into how I can make myself most presentable. They also have quality resume and cover letter outlines that have allowed me to go through my own resume and cover letter and really strengthen it and make it more professional. When it comes to networking, I really have to thank Professor Cook for all that she's done for me when it comes to networking for my internship next semester, which she introduced me to Principal Simon, who's a principal at Muirlands, and I've been able to connect with him and start my volunteering that I have done this semester, which will then lead into my internship next semester. I also want to highlight the Sociology and Social Work department, as I recently, through one of their resources, was able to get a student caregiver position with First Light Home Care, which is a really good opportunity, and I'm very excited to start that job for next semester as well as post-graduation. And then when it comes to my transferable skills, I have the most experience with interpersonal or customer relations skills, such as empathy, active listening, and patience, which were gained through my 10 plus years in childcare. I also am high in my analytical/research skills, such as gathering information from sources, as well as my quantitative and technology skills, like proficiency in compiling data, which have all stemmed from my research classes that I've taken and my research projects that I've done at Point Loma. Also, from being an A student throughout high school and college, I've been able to develop both planning and organization skills, such as keeping schedules, as well as written and communication skills like proficiency with grammar and style and writing emails, which have all been very useful not only in school but also in the future when I am in the workforce. I also have good team and collaborative skills, such as being able to compromise, motivate, and evaluate solutions. And these were gained through my experience on team projects throughout my education. So when it comes to what the next couple of years look like for me, career-wise, next semester I will be starting my internship at Muirlands, and I'm very excited about that. And then I will also be starting my caregiving position. Then I will graduate in spring of 2026, and I hope to keep my caregiving job, but also add either a substitute teaching job or a paraprofessional/special education aide position. And then a year later, In the fall of 2027, I plan on starting my applications for grad schools here in California. My top contender is SDSU, as I'm looking for MSW or Masters of Social Work program that also has a PPS credential. PPS is Pupil Personnel Services, which will allow me to then become a school social worker. I'm very excited to then start my program, hopefully in the fall of 2028. So I'm very excited about my future career and all that I've done here at Point Loma. I'm very excited to see what God has in store for me. And so thank you so much for listening. Bye.